Confident Living. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining the movement. We are a lifestyle community of kick-ass people that want to help up-spiral the world, turn each other's lives up just a little bit more every single day, sometimes a lot more. We do it together through fitness, nutrition, and mindset. We weave those three things together to help one another. So thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing these broadcasts out. It's been a tremendous time over the last 13 days with you, and this week we are kind of going in behind the scenes and the change, like we talked about, that you sometimes don't see physically, but you start to really change mentally, emotionally, and then the physical shift in your body that starts to happen after all of these tips. Hey Harry, yeah, Jersey in the house. Love you guys. So thanks for being here. All right, I'm gonna dive right into this because I used to be a teacher. Well, we ran an education company for kids, and it would drive me crazy when other parents or teachers would come in with their kids and they'd be like, ugh, that's the rambunctious one, that's the this one, she's the shy one, she's the one you gotta watch out for, okay? And kids would come in with all these labels, and we've talked about this a little bit. What are the stickers sometimes that you may have on yourself? I'm the fat one, I'm the unhealthy one, I'm not the athlete, okay? Especially from an I am perspective. How do you label yourself? If we've done a whole broadcast on that last week, okay, about labeling and dropping the labels and dropping your limits. Ding ding moment. During the holidays, we go back to grandma's, or we go back sometimes feeling backwards because we go into an environment and we smell the smells that we've smelled in childhood, or we're with some people sometimes that we haven't seen since last Christmas or last Hanukkah or last New Year's, and OMG, somehow those labels come back because a lot of the people sometimes might remember who you were versus see you for who you are right now. They might still see you as that 8-year-old little chubby Laura. I don't know, just notice that they might see that, or you may feel that from them when you go into these holiday parties. And family, as much as they mean well, I love my family so much. Okay, they're super supportive. I was lucky to grow up in a label-free environment. But I can understand sometimes just going back east, going to New Jersey, and feeling the old feels of the old Laura. And I'm like, gosh, I'm not that person anymore. But it's amazing how some of these holidays can bring that shit up, okay? So I'm just gonna bring that up right now. But I'm gonna give you the tips to walk yourself out of that with ease. Okay, so we're gonna separate the action from the label. And this is the key, especially during the holidays, because before you know it, you're like, oh my God, I feel like the old me, and now I'm sitting down and I'm in an old habit of the old me, which is shoving this snack in my face and not counting all this fun that I'm having, and I'm glowing way more than 15%, Laura. OMG, what happened? And it was the ding, ding, ding moment of that old you and the old habits resurfacing. So we're gonna stop that. Okay, so just like, you are just your label of expectation you have of yourself, we're gonna start ripping those off. And that's what we did in last week's broadcast, saying, you know what, take those negative labels that other people or other family members or even you have put on yourself and start ripping them off. But what's most important during the holidays, as you look at the desserts, as you look at all the things in front of you, is that you separate the actions of yourself from the label. It's so much easier to give you another example from my teaching years, which was when I would work with a really disruptive child, okay, the one that the teachers warned me about, watch out for this one. This one's got this, and they've got this, all these labels. I would be like, no, this child is gonna be amazing in my class. I could already tell he listens so well. And this kid would be looking at me like, what? I've never heard that about me. So I want you to think about what that child was getting into a habit of is he just wanted attention. So he found out very quickly, he was very savvy. I had a lot of these kids, that if I just get negative attention, hey, if I just act really bad, I get a lot of attention. That's all I'm thirsty for. I just want attention. And so those kids just keep getting it. So what do they become? They become the bad kids, the disruptive kids, and they get that label. So they walk through life as the bad kid. I want you to now apply this philosophy to you and your eating. Do you call yourself the bad, like unhealthy eater? The one who can't stay on a diet? The one who can't eat healthy? Okay, do you label yourself in the same way that a parent or teacher would label that disruptive child, so he would then continue to act that way to get to the result that he wanted? Time to strip the action from the label, because just like that child, I would tell that child, you're not bad. You're like one of my best students. Maybe you've made some other choices outside of my classroom that to get like teachers' attention, but that doesn't happen here. Okay, so we just set a higher expectation, and I want you to do that with yourself with eating. So it's like, all right, in all my past experiences, or gosh, when I go back to grandma's house or this aunt that's gonna cook this a tremendous meal, I'm no longer gonna be that kid or that person that they've labeled me or that I've allowed that sticker to live on me as. I am going to separate the action from the label. Just like with that kid, I'd be like, no, you're an excellent kid. You just made some not bad choices, just made some choices to get the attention you wanted. Same thing with you. You may have made choices that may have added 40 pounds to your body, but it's not who you are. And you no longer have to live inside the confines of that label. Start to separate the label that you have of yourself, especially if it's negative, with the actions that you chose, and just say, I am actually a terrific, healthy person under here. I can't wait. I am chipping away at this person every single day. Sure, I've made some choices in the past that didn't really serve me, but I'm not going there anymore. That was the old me. That is who I'm shedding. I'm no longer that person. And when I go to that holiday party, or when I go to grandma's or Annaline's or wherever else, I am not going to allow that person and those habits to sneak back in, because I know me now and I'm different. So really work on separating your labels, peeling them off. If you didn't watch last week's broadcast, go back to that one. I'll write which day it was. And then recognize that your actions and choices move you forward to who you want to become. So that's a huge one of number one. Number two, broaden the labels. Every time, I actually was at our gym this morning in Denver, and a lady came in for a gift certificate, and I'm handing her the gift certificate, and she's like, oh, those holiday cookies, they're so bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, do you know who I am? Like, you can't call food bad. So I'm like, no, the food's not bad. Like, the food's just food. Cookies, it's just a little bit of flour, a little bit of sugar, maybe some red and green sprinkles. That's all food is. Like, it's fun. And it's not the cookies. Like, stop. So broaden the term. Broaden the term. Be a dessert boss. Be a holiday boss. Be the willpower boss. And really decide how you're labeling. How are you sticking labels? I'm like, don't stick bad. Like, cookies are my favorite thing in the world. They're not bad. They're awesome. It's just how you allow them to control you or not. So when you're stuck in the bad labels, not only on yourself, but on things, this is the season of change where you start recognizing, I'm going to unstick this judgy label of good and bad, even on things that I'm giving emotion to, like cookies. Okay, they're no longer bad. You're just going to decide how you're going to plan for that fun. So we're going to broaden the terms, and that's why for all of you who are new here at Strong Confident Living, we don't call food bad or good. We don't give it emotion. We just say healthy, be healthy, or integrate some fun. But life is meant to be fun. Holidays are meant to be fun. So let's broaden that term together and say, I'm going to be boss, and this is what I'm going to choose to have some fun this weekend or, at this party. And number three, especially with labels, okay, be careful, especially now during a 21-day reset, that as you remove the I'm fat label or I'm unhealthy label, and as you remove the negative labels and find your true self underneath, be extremely careful for how you might be trying to replace that label. You're like, oh, Laura, there's a sticker here and now it's missing. I want to slap another sticker on. So now I'm going to say I'm ultra healthy, or like I'm ultra, let's just say smart. And what happens is that you have to be just as careful with the positive labels as you do with the negative labels. Because as soon as you say I'm ultra healthy, okay, and you stick the label on, I'm no longer gonna be this one. I'm gonna be the healthy one. Well, guess what? When you eat that cookie, it's actually, I have a cookie staring at me right now on the counter. One of my favorite Trader Joe's, JoJo's, didn't get into my kid's lunchbox. as you then choose that cookie, you start to feel guilt, because then you are raising your expectation for, but I thought I was just gonna be just imagine, even like for the ones who were labeled the smart one in your household. Well, if you ever failed a test, like it was really hard to then come home and be like, I failed, like I'm a failure. Okay, so the tip number 3 is, let's just go label free. Okay, instead of re-slapping on a label on that sore spot. Yes, those dojos are so good. I'm gonna show it to you in one sec. And don't replace it with another sticker. Start to fall in love with the person underneath all these stickers. We're moving in 2018 to a very label-free environment here at Strong Confident Living, because the beauty is inside you, and you don't need any stickers to start covering up even the old ones that may have been negative. When you start truly loving that self that's inside all of these labels, you'll find your true beauty. But guys, I'm gonna get the cookie. This is not bad. This is good. It's got like little candy cane pieces inside. I'm loving it. It's fun. It's amazing. You guys spread this broadcast, share it out. People need to hear it. They're going to holiday parties, work parties, this or that. If you're around tonight and you're not doing Isagenix yet with us, or you already are, Scott and I are going to be guest trainers on tonight's Experience Isagenix event on Isagenix Business, isagenixzoom.com. Join us there. That's a great, easy way to stay on track during the holidays. And we love you guys. So please share this on just press share and share this broadcast, and just note, hey, this is how I'm staying on track this holiday season. I'm going label free. I'm no longer gonna say I'm good or I'm bad. I'm just gonna be healthy and have a lot of fun. Bye guys.